Hello, hello. Welcome to Illogical versus Pesu. Here are the categories. Logical ban. Hearing myself. Let me see where that's coming from. Oh, because I have the stream open. Alright. So Logical pick 96, all castles, all switches, no cape, and Pesu ban 96. Pesu pick no Star World, no cape, no Star World, and all switches, and Logical banned no Star World. No cape, no Star World. Alright, and let me get the wheel set up. All switches, no cape, and no Star World. And finally all switches. Alright, here it is. Let me just make sure those are right. Yeah. And then I'm going to spin it. Let's see what the category is going to be. And it is all switches, no cape. Let me get the scene open. Select the category. Oop, there it is. And the category is not displayed. And I didn't say that I'm talking. Let me get that up. There we go. No wheel on screen. Did it not show it? Here's the wheel. I don't know if it showed it. That's my fault. There's the wheel. Just to make sure that I didn't mess anything up. I don't know if it was on screen. I wasn't looking. That's what it is. Alright, let's see if everyone's ready in the race room. We'll give a race starting in 2 minutes. Thing. Oh. Well, we get started. Okay. Alright, both of them are ready. I don't see why we have to keep this. I think both of them are ready. There's no need to keep us waiting. Nope, I'm not going to ready up because I'm not playing. There's Pesu. Oh, I did too much. Close enough. Alright, this is the game 1. All switches, no cape between Logical and Pesu, and this is Logical's pick. So game 2 will either be all switches or no Star World. Everyone's putting their good lucks in chat. This is a Class A, so nothing weird going on in World 1, but this is all switches, so there will be 4. Count them. 4. Up to 4 orbs and yumps. Pesu with a 356, and Logical gonna be slightly ahead because he got a 358. But we're not even 1 minute into the race. Anything could happen. A huge meteor could come down and crash onto Earth and destroy everything, and we would never know. We would never know the results of this race. So both of them with good fire grabs, and Pesu gets bumped off Yoshi just a little bit. Eight yumps and I'll give myself a sub. That would be pretty insane if we got 8 yumps. We already had somebody with 4 yumps during the all switches, so it could happen. It could happen. And Logical with a good orb grab, same with Pesu. And Logical finishes 1 game second better. So incremental changes. Incremental lead for Logical so far. Pesu slightly misses the switch here, but he still gets the yump. I think he corner clipped. Again, to look at that more closely. One day I'll get a way to do instant replay, and we'll get instant replay on the restreams, and it will be awesome, and it definitely won't break. But Pesu's up to 1 yump, so if anybody thinks that's important, he got it. And this level is a little bit tricky with Pesu was the 1 yump world record holder. Well, something he's very good at. This level can be a little bit tricky with Yoshi, just because your hitbox is so high. Makes the jump slightly different than normally, because you're small Mario normally. But Logical still gets 259, and Pesu, same. Logical with a 299 orb grab, same thing with Pesu. Got some nice, quick and easy orb grabs. And back for orb number 2 to be used in DP2. when Pesu gets a little bit caught up there with the Super Koopas, and so it's gonna cost him a couple seconds getting just to the end of the level in DP1. So Logical will enter a couple seconds ahead. Who's keeping track? It's about 5 seconds, 5 or 6 seconds or so. And in this category, or so I've been told, you want to do the secret exit first and then get the orb. But in Cape, you want to get the orb first and then do the secret exit. Probably because you get Cape sooner? I have no idea. Frankly, I have no idea. I don't think I'm going to play this for the tourney. Over, down in Class C. Logical showing off keeping Yoshi up by dismounting on the ceiling. Same thing with Pesu. He's also showing sliding backwards. This level brings out the creativity in our runners. Because it's so boring. Look how bored I am. But now the fun starts once you get into room 2. Because that football can sometimes screw you up. And Logical did not get any football problems. And he's in 301. Pesu, you can see, shot to the left, so he had to eat it. Don't know if that wastes a lot of time. And he gets a 298 going into the green switch. And Logical, 1 yump on the board. So we're now tied 1-1, unless Pesu can get the second one here? No. So we are tied 1-1 on yumps. Logical with a couple seconds advantage. Ah, that emote does have a green switch on it. That is quite appropriate. And Logical with the orb grab. This is something I didn't know. That swooper makes that Buzzy Beetle turn around so you don't lose Yoshi. I didn't know that. That's quite big brain of the people who thought about this. And Pesu actually fails that grab, and he doesn't die. If you run off the left side of the screen, you die, and he loses Yoshi, and that is going to be another couple seconds lost, because he's going to have to go back to Y2 to re-grab it in order to do orb again. Meanwhile, Logical is already near the end of Y1 to get the third orb of the game. And a good grab there. Pesu, good grab on Yoshi. And Pesu with another good grab for the third orb. As Logical heads into room 2 of the ghost house. Or not. The doors get in the way. But he does get a good bounce off the booze. Let me look at the right stream, because I'm looking at the wrong one. Here we go. So thankfully in this level you don't have to go across the platforms like you do in like No Cape, No Star World. There's the blue shell there, which since you have Yoshi, makes your life so much easier. Pesu will be doing the same in just a moment. Logical is at a 10-13 fade out, so let's see how many seconds Pesu is behind. It's gonna be something like 22 seconds or something. So Logical with a good lead here in World 2, and a bit of lag. Okay, so interesting. So both of them got their Castle 2 orb perfectly fine. And Pesu is having a little bit of trouble. Oh, and he loses the Fire Flower. He's actually going for wings before he goes for orb, and that would have actually made the orb come out had he gotten orb first. But Logical has the orb. Pesu is still kind of trying to figure out what to do here. Because small dupes is actually different. It's a different timing for small dupes. And Pesu is actually going to do Swirpy. He's actually going to complete the level normally. I can't really give advice on whether that's good or not. I would think that you would go for the secret exit. You just take the secret exit and get Mushroom at the start of the level and just try wings again. Logical also having a little bit of trouble getting the first dupe for wings. Still not getting it. Meanwhile, Pesu is finishing up the level normally. Logical gets the first dupe. Now to wait for that turn block to stop spinning. So you can grab it, and now for the second dupe, which he gets first try. So he is still ahead. Well, he's behind on your screen, but he has the orb. So Pesu needs to go back and not only grab Fire Flower, but also grab the orb. Now I think in Y1, there is a yellow block right by the midway, and then there's another fire block later on. And he went to Y2, and I think he kind of realized that there wasn't really an easy mushroom to grab there. Oh, in Y2 there is when there's the yellow blocks. But now he needs to grab Fire Flower on top of getting orb, which he can do from this block. Meanwhile, Logical is already into the Red Switch Palace, so a pretty big lead there on Logical. Pesu actually misses the orb grab. I don't know if there are any analysts in the chat who can tell what went wrong there, but he misses the orb grab, so that is yet another chunk of time lost. And Logical is about to get the red switch. No yump. And Pesu now gets the orb. And now he will be heading into VD2 to go for the red switch. Keep in mind that this was actually Pesu's pick, so we'll see what goes on as the race continues, but Logical is still pretty far ahead. Pesu enter the Red Switch Palace to hopefully take the lead on Yumps 2-1. Right now they're both tied at 1. And we'll see what happens here. Race 2 will be, so this is Pesu's choice. And Pesu gets the Yump 2-1. He's now leading. Logical grabs the Yoshi. Race 2 will be Logical's choice, either all castles or all I'm sorry. This was Logical's choice of all switches, no cape. Right, game 2 will be either no Star World or all switches, and those are Pesu's choice. So no Star World or all switches. And Logical actually loses Yoshi among the crowd of spike things. I forget what those are called. They're not spike tops, because they're not... Spike tops are the ones that cling to the block. What are they called? Anyone know? Anyway. Sminy. Okay, so I was actually wrong. This was not... Those are Sminy's. This is actually not Pesu's pick. This is Logical's pick. So, that's my fault for getting it wrong. Anyway, Logical with a good VS2, and Pesu making good progress getting up VS1. I should know that. I should know that they're called Spinies. Well, I do now. I'll never forget it ever again. I've been told that getting Yoshi early may lose time. And here's a fun fact. This is a fun fact that I've been waiting many days to say. But if you enter the fortress, if you enter Vanilla Fort on Yoshi, you lose 12 frames. And that, if you think about it, that's kind of surprising. There, you just lost 12 frames. Because you enter with Yoshi. And so, you actually have to lose Yoshi. So even though you enter with Yoshi and you're not allowed to enter Yoshi into fortresses, that one pipe entry still acts like you're on Yoshi. And so it actually holds you in the pipe for 10 frames longer, and it spawns you two to the Pesu lost orb. What happened there? He didn't take damage. He must have grabbed another fire flower, and that overrode the orb. Wow. He grabbed fire, and that actually overrode his orb. So that all that time going back and getting orb, he has no more orb for BB1. So I think at this point, just continue. We'll see. He grabbed the second flower by accident. Yeah, I didn't see that because I was so entranced by my fort fact. So you spawn 2 pixels to the left, and Mario moves about 16 subpixels per second while swimming. So it takes another 2 frames to make up for the lost positioning. So you lose 12 frames. And interestingly, if you actually wait in the cutscene, so Mario gets off Yoshi in the cutscene because you can't bring Yoshi into the fortress. If you wait in the cutscene for Mario to dismount Yoshi, you don't lose the 12 frames. And Logical, good grab in BB1, so that puts him even more ahead, because Pesu will either not have orb for BB1 or go back and get it. And this level can be pretty tricky for people no cape. Luckily you have Yoshi, so you can just kind of snipe that blue shell and ascend to the sky. I should also mention that you also lose a handful of time at the end of VS3 out of the pipe transition because Mario is squished when he's on Yoshi, and apparently the game programmers made it like half a second longer. And Pesu loses fire there, so it was not all in vain to overwrite the fire flower, because he would have had, because if he was fire flower and orb at this point, he would have just been small Mario, and there would have been an orb sitting down, and he wouldn't be able to use it anyway. So this is actually gonna work out not so terribly, because he will hopefully still have fire flower for Castle 4, which Logical is making his way up the final room of. And the 2 fireballs and a stomp method. A classic boss killer in Mario World, except 2 of them. And Pesu is going to just ride out BB1. We're going to see all of BB1. This is so exciting. And you actually do lose more time at the end of BB1 from the pipe transition with Yoshi. Even though normally in this category you have orbs, so you don't actually get to suffer it. but Yoshi compared to without Yoshi. And I should say that BB2 is significantly harder without Yoshi, so it doesn't really matter that you're losing time, because in the long run, you're making BB2 a lot easier for yourself. So Logical is entering World 5, the home stretch, if you will, for the All Switches speedrun. Just this level, the next one, and then the final Switch Palace to end the run. Oh. It's teasing us with the cape. It's not allowed in this category. Yeah, Logical. Not even needing to use the shell to hit the Hammer Brother, he just stomps him. Oh. Oh. Pesu is a little nervous there. Oh, lost Yoshi. And he will save time on the transition from Room 1 to Room 2 while losing Yoshi, but no Yoshi for BB2 might be almost impossible. So he might just go back to VS2 to grab Yoshi again, and Logical trying clips, and first try clip. And this is actually a really good run for him. This run has been pretty good for Logical. Pesu's timer is very dark. Let me see if I can improve that just slightly. I put a color key on it just to make it, okay, that's just makes it unreadable. Hopefully you can still read it like that. If I try to fix it, it makes it look worse. Pesu did go back and get Yoshi, and now is flying. And Logical is about to finish up here and take game 1 very convincingly with a very good 23-20, and that is a GG for Logical. Now 1-0 in this race to 2. So game 2, which will be coming up in just a moment, once Pesu finishes up here, will be his choice, no Star World or all switches. And Pesu, let's take a look at the PB comparison. He doesn't have a time for pretty much any category. Let's see what categories he has time for. 11 exit, no Star World, and no Cape, no Star World. He has a 33 flat in no Star World. Pesu has a 33 flat in no Star World. So that makes him quite a formidable opponent. Logical in all switches actually has a pretty good time, 22:52. So in fact, compared to his all switches with Cape PB, it's only about 30 seconds lower, or 30 seconds worse. And then his no Star World time is, Logical's no Star World time is 33:48. So it's still pretty close. Logical actually banned no Cape, no Star World, so we'll see how that factors into it. And Logical says plus 15 on PB for all switches, no Cape. So a very good run from Logical, and we'll see if that good performance can continue into game 2. Meanwhile, Pesu is just finishing up here, using the red shell fireball to kill the Hammer Brother to get on the platform at the end of the level. We're seeing, I don't know if that was a strategy or that was some kind of improv. Still looked very good. Still pleasing to my eyes. I did not see that clip, but I think that was first try. But still, very good. And Pesu is in the home stretch here. I think that's a strategy. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's like a one frame trick that you can do um, with those grab blocks that if you like throw them up or something, you can actually refresh their timers and use them again. I think the TASs do that. And another yump. So Pesu gets 3 yumps, but still second place, 27.06. And we will get started with the second race in just a minute. Oh, seem to have a... There we go. Just getting the wheel set up. And let me get the wheel ready. Give everyone a minute. So, game 1, all switches, no cape, went to logicals, and that's Pesu's choice between all switches and no Star World. Lime says if you kick it last frame, it refreshes for a little bit. I think that's what he did, because I think that's what Pesu just did, because that definitely lasted longer than it should or it normally does. So let me get another race room up. Alright, here's the wheel, and we're going to spin it. What will it be? No Star World or all switches? See, we've been seeing a lot of all switches this tournament. Very interesting. And it will be no Star World. So, a little bit of a longer speed run and no orbs in it. And let me set the goal in the race room. Category is all... Nope, not all. No Star World. And let me just join the race to make sure we have nothing weird happening. And here we are. All Star Worlds. There should be a... I don't know if there's a category. There's a category for everything. Category for all levels except Star World and Special. Because you can't get the Special without going to Star World. All non-Star Worlds. Only Star World 3? It's like 96 exits, capital S. I'm not a huge fan of the 96 exits category. I don't know why anyone would subject themselves to 96, 96 of those Star World 3 levels. Alright, we're gonna wait one more minute here just to make sure that everyone has cooled down and is ready and excited for game 2. Logical up 1-0. Both of them seem to be ready, so I'm gonna just say alright, I'm out of the room and everyone is ready and we will get started. You only have to do 86. Okay. Replace the 96 with 0 exit. An infinite amount of 0 exits to do 96 exits. weirdly enough. And a little more sync required here on the timer. There we go. Good luck to our runners as we get into the second game of No Star World. There's something a little bit more exciting. Let's see. If we go to a game 3, then it would be between all castles and all switches. So all of something with cape. And this category also has cape. About 40 seconds separating these guys' PBs, but they're both really, really good. You can see some crazy movement. Look at this crazy action going on in the first level. If somebody didn't know Super Mario, they would think this is amazing. $96, but the exit counter can never be increased. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy that they would. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy at all that they would have to play Super Mario World in any capacity. Neither of them got 361, which is mighty unfortunate. It saves so much time in the eyes of many, but not really in the eyes of the timer. Pesu is in the lead with points at 69,050 points, and Logical with exactly 55,550. That's a cool number if I've seen one. They're both very cool numbers. And now we'll see if any of them go for shell jump. This is Class A. Pesu skips the shell. Doesn't go for shell jump. Logical stomps the shell. I think stomping the shell saves a little bit of time. It's better than at least bringing it into the water and kicking it away. Just because this level's laggy due to water. Water is apparently a lot for the Super Nintendo to process, or at least how the Super Mario World developers made it. Unlike the last race, we do get to see them play Castle 1, no orbs, not at all, and we get to see Castle 2 as well, and PB1. We're going to see all of the cult classics here on the Super Mario World Twitch channel. Logical 280 door. He said oh dear in chat, and I don't know why. Kind of nervous. But I don't think he, like, died or anything. Or at least it shouldn't be that delayed. We'll find out. Logical is giving us something interesting, but I'm pretty sure he was just talking about the door. Because I'm pretty sure the stream is not that delayed. Nah, just 280 door. Okay, you're scaring us. You're scaring us. Don't scare us, Logical. Playing Super Mario World's already scary enough. Final boss of Super Mario World, doors. I'm gonna say no on has there been a 282 door. I'm pretty sure there hasn't been, because it is really hard. I don't know if I've seen anyone even go for underball. I'm pretty sure you can get 282 with a very clean over the fireball. But underball is usually what makes 282 really possible. Although I would like to see an 82 door. I would like to see a P-switch jump, but that would be not your smartest idea in a tournament race. And, oh, Pesu 252 and Logical 251. Just a tad bit better. If you use Cape, I'm sure you can get 83 door. Maybe even 84. Who knows, but it is a little bit hard to fly inside the confines of the castle. 1 game second lost on Logical, missing yet another door. The final boss of Super Mario World strikes again. Hopefully we never get to a point where all of the races come down to doors, because that would not be fun. And TM can confirm 284 is possible with Cape. We will wait for the day that someone gets 284 Iggy with Cape. That may never happen. And 63 fly for both of them. So fast fly, good DP3 for both of them. And now, no Yoshi in the next level, because I realized that you have to do secret exit in VD1, so no point of even having Yoshi. So just a regular stroll through Donut Plains. And another set of fast flies for the runners. Let's see what else is on the calendar. I can't just stop thinking about how much Super Mario World there's going to be today. 6 p.m., 2 races. I don't think we're going to restream both at the same time, because I think 4-player restream is going to be hard enough, but who knows? 2 different races at the same time of 2 different categories. Logical missed the Room 1 fly, so he lost about 6 game seconds there. Hopefully that doesn't kind of screw up his concentration here in Room 2. Oh, when he misses the spring grab, and Pesu actually loses Fire Flower, and he's not going to be able to use that spring to get up. Or at least he doesn't want to try it. He's just going to wait for that cycle through. That Fire Flower may be somewhat crucial, because that's also going to be used in Worlds 4 and 5 for the castles. So potentially, if Pesu doesn't get that back, Logical might have a couple seconds on him, but he's just a little bit behind after Morton's. That's an 8:31 fade out. We'll see what Logical's fade out is. It's still very close here. It's the 8:39, so about 8 seconds behind, which can easily be made up through clips alone. Who knows what else is going to happen? There's still about 25 minutes left of run. Let's see what's coming up later today. Actually, only just 1 race. I just refreshed, and I think somebody must have rescheduled. 6 p.m. That is in 3 hours. Louis versus Kiji 64. No 96, so it will be rather short. Not even an option. That's another Class A match. Louis, one of our best runners. Pesu grabbing the Fire Flower there. And, oh, uh-oh. Oh, and he loses the Fire Flower too because that Buzzy Beetle comes back on screen. Logical. Oh my. VD1 is getting a little hard. Pesu's gonna go for the small only strat of trying to bounce off the Buzzy Beetle, and he doesn't do it. Now he's gonna try it small. And if he doesn't get it here, he dies. Nope, and he does get it this time. But he doesn't have a cape. for VS1. Now luckily there are enough power blocks in that level to get the cape back, but Logical has now taken the lead again, and those P's are trying their hardest not to let him up. And things have not been going well for either of them in VD1, and Pesu also, the P platforms are trying their hardest to destroy our wonderful Class A runners. But there's a cape right here, and so we should be back to smooth sailing, but Pesu still does not have a Fire Flower. Alright, also on the schedule in about 5 hours, Yao versus Peachy. It's a Class B race. Also no 96 is an option. Can't believe it. 96 is such a great category, why wouldn't everyone want to play it? Logical is already done, VS2. Pesu is still trying to fly his way in. Yeah, and that's where I was wondering why he's flying low, and I think he's going to grab the Fire Flower there. And, oh, again! Again, in the process of grabbing Fire Flower, he loses cape. Now, there is a cape right here that he knows about, but those bomb-oms are coming down. I think those are a generator. I don't think those are like placed on the level. I think that's like a generator. So Pesu back with cape. I think he's losing a little bit more time than I think he intends grabbing the Fire Flower. And that means that Logical is building up a pretty hefty lead going into the fortress. And Pesu is over a level behind. Logical with the Thwomp Boss. Everyone's favorite. One of everyone's favorite strats. Just because it has a cool name. And now in the Resner fight, those are some aggressive fireballs, if I've ever seen one. Luckily, fun fact, this might be a fact that a lot more people know than the losing 12 frames. The hitboxes for those fireballs are actually really small. Someone said they're like the size of Mario's fireballs. So you can get a good ways into the fireball without actually getting hit. Although that doesn't mean you can just go running into fireballs, because it will still get you. No Thwomp Boss for Pesu. So he's going to have to do that slight left-right, loses a couple of frames. Can't be more than a handful. And he will now take on Bui Bui. And that actually seems like a much faster kill than Logical got. So potentially, Pesu may have a chance to kind of regain the lead with better gameplay, but we'll see if there's still enough time left. You would wonder why you get lucky sometimes with the fireball, I assume. Yeah, the hitbox is a lot smaller than you think. Or at least it's not even close to what it looks like. I'm not exactly sure if there's like a corner that the hitbox always is. Hopefully someone else can elaborate that much. And Logical. PB. That is the multi-coin block. I thought it was just a regular turn block. I forgot that's a multi-coin block. I thought it was a turn block that just wouldn't turn. Steve says the hitbox is in the bottom middle of the fireball. Okay. I believe you. I really don't know. Peachy is wondering where Mario is. Okay, TM says it's the top left. TM says the top left. That seems a little more credible considering how Super Nintendo works and all. Steve has now changed his opinion to TM. TM has now changed everyone's mind on where the hitbox is. So Logical is already into the next level in BB2. No Yoshi, no need for that blue shell shenanigans. And Pesu will, he'll most likely be trying for the pipe fly. That saves just 1 game second, because this level normally takes, that second room normally takes 2. This one only takes 1, so he finishes with 154 instead of 153. And Logical is now entering Castle 4. This level can kinda screw people up a little bit. We'll see if he takes it a little bit safer than he normally does, considering that he has a pretty good lead, or if he's just going to do it how he normally does. That seems like a little bit slower flight through those fireballs, just to make sure that they don't clip the cape. Because the worst thing that could happen is a cape cancel that just sticks you right in the lava. And a good cage room. I think I saw that earlier. I think I saw that fireball kill earlier in the last race. So, we'll see the fade out time here and we'll compare that to what Pesu's got. About a 16:49. Pesu doing almost exactly the same thing that Logical did. He's actually not slowing down, and you can see he didn't slow down. He was flying about the regular cape speed, so he actually clipped the Podobo. But luckily, it did not cape cancel him into the lava. He was able to just jump normally and recover. A little bit of a cape grab issue at the start of this room, but other than that, everything's good. He will be finishing. I forgot in that time what Logical got for the fade out. Someone please remind me. Arcalark says 49, thank you. You got like what? Now I forgot what Pesu got, like 35, 36. So about 45 seconds of lead. Logical does not get P speed in this start. 43. Who's saying numbers now? I don't know what that's in response to. Anyway, Logical gets that first D or something. He's not able to get the full fly, so he has to go back to try to get it again. Ooh, close on that Wiggler. Logical got a 49, he says. So he's got a good lead on Pesu, 40 seconds, just about. Def is just throwing numbers in at this point. We'll note that at the end of Logical's run there, he's very close to clipping the Wiggler on Yoshi, which Wigglers and Yoshis do not mix. Because sometimes, a lot of the time, I don't know how the hitbox works, you just lose your power-up anyway on Yoshi. It's not like you get kicked off, and so you just lose your cape. We have even more numbers coming in from Steve. Let's see how Logical's clip works. And first try clip. So that was actually 75% chance, and he got it twice. Pesu going for the, whoa, he's still trying for it. That is, okay, so he missed the first one. He went for wings, and the first shell went into the pit. He tried to kill another Koopa to grab the shell, but the shell went right into the actual Koopa, so he lost the second shell, and did it a third time. So, still, as much as he wanted to do wings, he wasn't able to. Shout out to Pi is good. Pesu, first try clip from 2. Shoutouts to the shoutouts. Logical, Castle 5. And nails the Roy Flies as Class A. I think all Class A runners will get Roy Flying. Class B and C. Class C especially may be a miss because I was trying it earlier and I kept missing. So, just shows you how bad I am. And the Fire Flower for Roy. Mostly missed Roy Fly earlier. Interesting. So it's not a given for Class A speedrunners to get Roy Fly. It's not a given in general, it's stupid. And Pesu nails it as well. So I think Logical has gained a couple of seconds in this world, I think just from FOI 1. From the fact that he just continued and Pesu had a little bit of trouble with wings, actually. He wasn't able to go for it at all. And Logical gets us started on World 6 on this very cool pipe fly. So here's another SMW fun fact that I know. So when you come out of this pipe, oh, I don't think that's going to be pipe fly. No, it's not. He spent a little bit of time getting into the pipe, and so you have to wait. So he has a cape timer. So he waited a little bit too long, the cape timer got a little bit too low, and so it wasn't able to give him pipe fly. Cool game, he says. I agree. So you come out of the pipe at 64 speed. And 64 speed is very special in Super Mario World. So there's a table that determines how high Mario goes when he jumps, or at least how much vertical velocity he's going to gain on a jump. So how high you jump is based on the speed at which you're moving. So that's why, like 49 speed, you can do a 6-tile jump at 49 speed, but you can't at 47 or 48 just because the numbers are lower. So when you're at 64, I think it overflows the jump table or something. So you actually can't jump at 64 speed. So if Pesu were to like land right now and jump the first frame that he lands, he wouldn't be able to jump. You'd hear the jump sound, it would look like it, but it wouldn't actually give him any vertical velocity. So TM says it's based on the subpixel per frame speed modulo 8. So when you go to 64, that's another multiple of 8 you go up compared to like 56. So you don't actually jump. So you have to wait one frame on the ground for Mario to lose a little bit of speed due to friction. Logical grabbing hits the Yoshi block, that causes the game to freeze for a split second, but you don't use it in this category. This is not a 96 exit tournament, this is a toss-up tournament, so our runners select different categories that they want to race, and just to simplify it, our runners select categories they want to race, and then we have a nice wheel that we spin to determine which category will be run. So as you can see on the bottom right of the screen, the current category is No Star World. And I also think Pesu, I missed it earlier, but Pesu had a little bit of trouble with flying in room 1 of Choco Fort. So still losing a little bit more time to Logical. He's been keeping the pace pretty well. Herb says the wheel is amazing. You can thank Isofreeze. He was the one who made the wheel. You can thank him for his hard work, everything in the tournament. For everything that he's done in the tournament, organizing it, making all the cool videos about how it works, and the wheel, and also shoutouts to Mike for the awesome restreaming tool. The awesome restreaming tool that we have. This tournament will be held, let's see, so we have a group stage. So right now all of our runners are in different groups and they'll actually play round robin with each other. And so groups of about 3 to 4. So that group stage will be conducted over the next several weeks. And then we'll have a bracket stage based on the results of the groups. And here's actually the calendar, if anyone wants to see. Or not. I don't see it. I just pasted it. We'll try again. But I'll actually get you the calendar so that you can see what time all of our races are, who's running, and the potential categories. Def says shout out to me. I accept that shout out, thank you. There's a calendar, you can see the calendar there. Logical, good room 1. And Pesu, good Choco's secret. Thank you. So there's a calendar, you can see all of our races. We will try to get them all restreamed. Of course, there are several scheduled at the same time, so it's really not a good idea to restream multiple matches at once. It just doesn't work out. But hopefully, most of them will get restreamed. We're all volunteers here, and usually at the last moment I may just pick up a restream. Good Crusher skip for Pesu. And I must also thank Blue Saint, for the star graphics. I actually got them from him. And I think the category graphics, I think Freeze got it from another guy. Who knows? It's all a community effort here on the Super Mario World Gaming channel. Pesu very fast, room 2 of Wendy's, but Logical will already be in the ghost ship by the time he is done, I think. I actually can't hear the game. I have it muted for me. So at this point, you don't need the flower. No bosses that you can quickly kill. So Logical grabs the second cape from there, just as a backup, in case something happens. I don't know what's gonna happen because this is live. This isn't pre-recorded. Is it pre-recorded? I don't think so. Pretty sure this is live. What's my name say? Alright, Matthew Gaming Live. We're gaming live here. And looks like that setup is not going to give him scrollless, so I think he has to scroll. Or it does. I think he did. There's a lineup for one of the boos, and apparently I think the boos must have been past it. Must have been past the lineup, which means you're even better. And Logical uses that cape to a D-boost in room 1 to get through that second boo ring very fast. I think that's a good spot. Logical delayed it, so he was actually ahead of pace. And so he delayed it a little bit so that it would be perfect scrollless. Of course, scroll is also good. If you're like me, you're not going to get it at all. And 299 orb. Everyone get their so saves in chat. Orb from Logical. Oh dear. What is going on with Pesu? He's got double despawn. But that is... I've genuinely never seen that. The boo things were everywhere. Even in the ring section, they hadn't gone away yet. So that must have been... I think that's what Logical is trying to avoid with going fast. And Pesu is getting a lot of 1-ups in this level. That is an interesting strategy for... is that lag reduction? Guess it must be some kind of lag reduction. And he is also going to get 299 orb. TM says it's pixel perfect there on the cycle. Strat for tournaments. Should always grab that block at the end of Ob 1 to get extra power up. How come it was a toss-up this year? That is what the organizers of the community decided. So normally it's a certain category every year, and last year was 96 exit. This year they decided there's a selection between 9 different categories. Some short categories like 11 exit, you've got 96 exit, the longest, and also no cape variants of some of those, including all switches, which usually never gets a lot of tournament play, features a lot of orbs, which means there may be some crashing, but just to spice things up, runners get to select their own categories. And no sandbar from Logical. Disappointing. Disappointing. No, it's not. It's not disappointing at all. And if you have any feedback about the tournament, welcome to tell any of the tournament organizers. I'm not one of them, so don't tell it to me, because I can't really do much about it. But if you have anything on the restream, I can... There we go, sandbar from Pesu. Oh! And now for the free clip. Yell at Mike in Discord, and everyone else. But that is a nice sandbar from Pesu. To try to kind of make it up. We'll see what happens here in this very difficult final fortress. Oh, Logical loses P-speed, so he's going to have to kind of take it a little more casually throughout these final crushers. Loses that cape, and he gets clipped on that one, and he's not going to take another cape. Oh, this is getting a little scary, but he makes it through. He's not going to have a cape for the final fight. Pesu also takes a hit in the fortress, so he is down to 1 cape. And he's going to have to wait an additional cycle. Normally you're supposed to go through those first 2 crushers within the same cycle. Oh, and Pesu gets stuck again in the corner. Just barely gets clipped. And so now he is also small. And he makes it through comfortably, and Logical makes it through Dark Room no problem. So now both of our runners are without cape, going for the Bowser fight. Logical has 1 mushroom from the midpoint. So, hopefully no disasters. Please let there be no disasters. Although throwing for content has been a big theme in this community for the past couple years. Logical's gonna actually keep that Mecha Koopa for no cape ball skip. Yeah, this is no Star World, and no cape at the end apparently. Pesu gets that first hit early, and I'm pretty sure when that happens, Bowser is going to throw the second Mecha Koopa off screen. Oh, that one just barely makes it on screen. If you hit it too early, like you would in Cape Kill, the Mecha Koopa, when he only throws one, he only throws the one to the left. And if he's right at the left side of the screen, if the Mecha Koopa's off screen on the left side, it's gone. So you don't actually get it for phase 2 for ball skip. So that's why that second hit of Cape Kill is so hard, in my opinion. But the right side of the screen, the platform extends for several screens. So you can throw a Mecha Koopa off the right side of the screen and it doesn't go away. Logical, phase 3, good first hit, and now he is about to finish up and take the match. Please don't commentator's curse. And he's got it. 34-16? 34-16, 34-17. That is a GG for Logical. Taking the match 2-0. Let me get that on screen. And we will put the winner mark for A Logical. And Pesu finishes up 34-56. And that will conclude this match. Logical has gotten 2 race wins, takes the match. So in the group, Arcalark beat Pesu 2-1. So Pesu is now 0-2 for the group stage. Logical, this is his first race of the tournament, puts him up at 1-0. So GG to both runners. The option for interviews is open. If you want to come into the voice chat, I'll drag you in. I'll ask you some amazing questions. And we will get logical. Hello, logical. Hold on. Let me see if we're on the stream. Let's see. Let me get your audio live. Here we go. I think that should work now. GG. Oh, maybe it didn't work. Maybe it didn't work. I promise it works now.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Okay. But yeah, thank you. That was
That
a
was
good race.
I must say that first race was pretty good. Your first run of All Switches No Cape was pretty darn good.
I'm really happy with it actually. Wings was a bit bad. Couldn't get the first two, but without that, it would have been a PB. So I'm very happy with how that run went. No, Star World was a little bit
Yeah,
scarier.
it
Couple of
especially
sorry.
at the end, that was quite in the fortress. That was quite scary.
I don't know if you saw it, but in Vob 2, I spin jumped too early, and ended up getting normal fly and almost
Oh,
fell in the hole where the key is.
oh dear. Yeah, I think
That
that's what everyone.
was very scary, and then Fort was pretty scary too.
People were saying
But
logical hole. Thankfully, that didn't happen for you.
yeah, I was able to spin jump or spin fly in time. So I'm happy with that because otherwise that would have been a lot closer. I probably wouldn't end up losing that unless I got Sandbar second time over. So yeah, I'm pleased. Good first round. Just gotta take it on to the next round, yeah.
Yeah, and so you still have, I think you're still racing Arcalark and Lost Core.
Lost score.
How do you
Yep.
feel about them?
I'll be racing Lost Core on Monday, so pretty close. I'm excited for that. Obviously, racing against a player like Lost Core is a pretty rare opportunity, so just gonna do my best. And me and Ricky are really good friends, so I'm very excited for that one,
That'll be a nice
especially
friendly.
after his performance the other day.
Yeah, it'll be a nice, very friendly race. I'm sure there will be
Yeah,
no animosity after.
I can't say I don't want to win, but I will definitely be having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah,
But yeah, thanks very much for helping on comms and getting that restreamed. I appreciate it a lot.
yeah, no
And
problem. That's what I'm here for.
GG's GG's to Pesu.
GG, and good luck on your other
Yeah,
races.
I'm gonna hop out. Thanks very much.
All right.
Take it easy.
So, looks like Pacey probably won't be able to. Let me. Pacey most likely will be not giving an interview, but that is GG to both runners. Smooth restream process. Thankfully, this time around, things are slightly improved. And just to remind everyone on the calendar, 2.5 hours, Louis, Kiji 64, Racing, Super Mario World. And I don't know if somebody will be around to restream that. I probably won't, to be honest. So hopefully, if not, you can always just, if not, both of our runners will be streaming it anyway to their individual channels. Both of them here were, but this kind of brings it together and we get some nice commentary into it and a little more hype into it. That's going to be all from me. Yeah, that's going to be all from me. GG to both of our runners. Hopefully everyone else in the chat who is, I also wish the best of luck everyone in the chat who is in the tournament and racing. And we'll catch you, nice way to end, the end on both streams. We'll catch you on a later restream. Thanks everyone for watching and see you later.